Hey everyone, this is Zeffy. Hey, what's up everyone? This is Zeffy back for another bi-weekly Kingdom Hearts card review. This week it's week 22, and I'm actually going to review Aeroga. It's a level 5 magic card. Its effect reads, choose and discard 2 cards from your hand to discard a level 1 or lower world card with no dark cards on it in play. Note, this card can only be used during your action phase and only once during that phase. So, Aeroga, I'm going to get into this card here. It's interesting, to say the least. It's not. It definitely. It costs a lot to play. I mean, you have to discard Aeroga and 2 other cards from your hand to discard just 1 world card, and that world card must be level 1 or lower. So when you look at it from the outset, it doesn't seem like it's really worth it. It's a 3 for 1. Literally. You're dropping Aeroga and 2 other cards to get rid of a level 1 world. And it's not even like you can choose a level 2 or level 3 world. It's limited to level 1 or level 0, but it's almost pointless to discard a level 0 because they don't really gain any worlds out of it. And but then again, the way to look at it too is, if that level 1 or 0 that you get rid of, there's a level 3 under that, and you have Heartless in your hand, you have a lot of Heartless, you could slap them down and really screw your opponent over when they think they're safe on a level 1. The way to look at it too is not everybody's going to run level 3 3 3 2 2 to get to 13. They're going to do like level 1s, level 2s, maybe a level 0, depends, and then kind of work their way up slowly to avoid getting a lot of Heartless down on their worlds, so they're not screwed over and they can keep board control and they can keep slowly climbing up each turn world by world. So if you drop a level 1, it actually may be more of an impact than you realize. And also if you drop not just for dropping the level 1 to get to maybe like a level 3 under it, or a level 2 where you can put more Heartless down, and plus you slow your opponent down even more. It's just the fact that you're getting rid of a world period, which is 1 more level toward that 13, which is useful anyways. It may not seem like a lot, but depending on your opponent's playstyle and the fact that they don't always want to have a level 3 out there. They threw a level 3 before that, or even a level 2. Just keep that focus that you have Heartless. Now the only problem is with Aeroga is that you have to discard 2 other cards besides it. So I mean, you have to really make some quality decisions there. And I mean, if you have an influx of cards in your hand, if you just played like a Stopper or a Bambi or a Genie, or just something that's let you tutor out a few cards or draw a card, you may have a couple cards you can ditch in that turn, but you may have some really powerful spells, or just cards, friends, or whatever, or equip cards, or anything that you want to keep, and it's not worth discarding, and then Aeroga becomes more of a hindrance than an advantage to you. So just keep that in mind. In any card game, if you're dropping 3 cards for 1, it's negative advantage. It's not really positive advantage overall. In a tactical sense, it's definitely very advantageous. In a card advantage sense, in general, it's very disadvantage. There's a lot of disadvantage in that, because you're losing 3 for 1. However, in a tactical, strategical sense, dropping that level 1 world can be very devastating if played at the right time. If I was going to run Aeroga, I would run 1. I would not run more than 1. Because you don't want to draw 2 and then kind of make a decision between what to play, and then it's just taking up space, and you can only use 1 in that turn anyways. And then if you say, well, if I draw 2, I'll just discard the other one as part of the discard cost for the card, and it's kind of redundant and pointless to do that, because then you're just saying, oh, I just want to waste the slot in my deck. So you want to run effective cards. You want to be effective in your strategy. Don't run 2 Aerogans and think, well, if I draw 2, I can just discard 1. No, you want to play something better in that slot, even if you're forced to discard it or you have to discard it in that turn for Aeroga. It's better to have something that gives you more options than to just kind of have that sentiment, well, I'll just discard it. No, you don't want to think that way. You want to build your deck properly and have the right strategy. It seems to me like Aeroga requires a lot. It's a level 5. That's the other thing too. It's a high level spell. It takes a while to get off. It's not easy to cast. It's just not impressive to me. Overall, if I was gonna rate it from 1 to 10, I'd probably give it about a 4, maybe 4.5 to a 5, just for its effectiveness and just for everything that's required to play it. It just seems very expensive, and it doesn't seem all that great. Sure, in the right circumstance, and the probability of that circumstance being right with the cards in your hand and the cards that your opponent has on the field and the world cards that they have out, the probability of landing that in the right strategical timing is very slim. So it just seems not worth it. If you're gonna run the card, play only one. Don't depend on it. Just have it as some kind of utility card that you may want to throw at your opponent. Maybe a curveball, when they least expect it, to throw some Heartless down it just to stop their world build, their world count. But other than that, it's not something I really recommend. If this game had a side deck, maybe it would take up one slot in my side deck, but that would be it. Just to give that option there. Maybe I want to switch it up depending on my opponent's deck type and play style. But that's it, guys. I'll see you later. Thanks.